Hey, YouTube, Facebook, and whatnot, all that. This is Blade Junkie, and I'm getting rid of something, and I never really showed you guys, so I wanted to show you before I get rid of it. Anyway, it's this. Probably can't see very well from there, so I got this tank for Christmas a while ago. In fact, it was just last Christmas. um, and I'm getting rid of it, partly because it's taking up space, and a little bit more because it's got a busted gearbox, which, well, it's not busted. It will still drive, but Heng is, no offense, poorly made, and it's as good as new. As my dad says, because when we got it, it didn't work very well. But it was cool. It was Christmas, and Christmas Day, I took it out of the box, and I had a battery charged because I knew I was getting it, because we got it in the mail before, and we wanted to test it to make sure it would work, and it worked then. And then we took it out Christmas Day with 3 batteries that were 7.2 volts. I don't know what they were. But yeah, milliamp hours, I don't know. But we took it out to my old elementary school, which has a really nice terrain. It has a hill that's like, I don't know, 38 degrees maybe, slope. It's got some dirt and some gravel and various stuff, and we took it out there to drive it, and it worked for a while. And when all 3 batteries ran out, I went home and I charged it up, and we brought it back and drove it around a little more, and then it stopped working. And so I don't really know what the whole point of posting this is, aside from telling you guys, if you're gonna buy a tank, I would suggest not buying it from Heng. No offense towards the company, it's just it's a poorly built thing. So unless you're willing to do constant repairs, it's probably going to be crap. And I would also like to note in this video, never buy from Banana Hobby, because my experience with them when I got this tank, they have terrible warranty services on their products. I got it, and as soon as it stopped working, which was, as I said, the day after Christmas, we started looking into returning it, and we did all the necessary procedures, and they still wouldn't call us back. They wouldn't give us anything, no emails, nothing. So I'm getting rid of it, and it was cool, and it does still work. It just it doesn't work well. As I said, it has a gearbox problem. The gears don't mesh well just because of the fact that Heng is a poorly built brand of products. But I do have everything. I'm selling it on Craigslist for $50, which I think is pretty reasonable, considering it's the heavy-duty version of it. And if you don't know what that means, you can see the tracks look silver. That's because they're made of metal. They're very heavy, and they're very durable. Unfortunately, they're the most durable part of the entire machine. It also has metal sprockets, as you can see back there. So it looks rugged on the outside, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's crap on the inside. So if you buy one of these, be prepared to make constant repairs, because it's just a horrible piece of machinery. I mean, as I keep saying, no offense, Alex, I'm not the kind of person that shoves other people in the dirt for crap, but I just hate this thing. It takes up space, and it was cool, but only for 8 hours, maybe, total. And I don't know, maybe I'm going out on a limb by saying it's a piece of crap. Maybe it's not a piece of crap. Maybe it's just this one's a piece of crap, because, I don't know, I wasn't able to return it to Banana Hobby because is Banana Hobby, and they suck. So, yeah. Well, I don't know if they suck completely, but they suck for delivering up here to Colorado. Or more importantly, their warranties suck a lot more. It's funny, because I told you the treads are the most durable part of the thing, and they are. They're the most durable, and the only thing that works well, that will continue to work, is your turret. So if you do get one and it stops working, and you bought it for cheap, then you could happily leave it there and use it as just a non-mobile turret, you know, like a sentry turret. And it's got this control here, and with this control, you can move the turret. And supposedly it's full function, and it is, I guess, technically, but it's not very good full function. Like, the turret has no adjustment whatsoever. This is the turret, and this I think is really weird. I've seen in other tanks that you'd push forward. This would be forward and backwards, and this would be for your turret, left and right. And then over here, this would be making the vehicle itself go left and right, and the turret to go up and down through oscillation, and then fire by holding this up. But this one's different. It's not the opposite. It's all your controls for the tank are on this one stick. So it's forward, backward, left, right, and all intermediates of that. Yeah. And then this here is your turret, and it's just freaking goofy, because this is your turret. You got left and right, and then you've got oscillate between the up and down, and then you've got fire, and you have to hold it for about 3 seconds to fire. So odds are your target's gone by then. So if you use it for Airsoft wars, which I kind of attempted to, but I decided against it because you got people running around, you got a chance that they'll step on it, which never happened to me, luckily. But it's just such a horrible thing to experience if that does, because I've had people run over RC stuff with like a bike and things like that, and it just sucks. So I decided against that, and I just use it as kind of a tiny little hobby thing. In fact, it's been sitting on a shelf in my room for literally 10 months, I think. Not literally 10 months, because obviously Christmas wasn't that long ago. But I haven't used it. I got it on Christmas Day. I haven't used it since then, I think. The day after Christmas was the last time I used it, aside from to fix some circuitry problems that it had. And what I mean by that is this here, that light wouldn't light up, it wouldn't turn on when you flip the switch. So I had to open up the remote and check that out, because it wouldn't transmit. And that was fixed up. We had to do some serious soldering, because the soldering inside of this remote is crap. Yeah. It's like they put nothing into it. The only thing, it's good for a hobby if you like models to sit on your shelf for forever, looking cool. Other than that, it's useless. It's crap. But anyway, moving along with the remote, if you do get one of these, which I'm sure you're not gonna, because I'm giving you horrible word on them. But anyway, your controls are forward, whoops, man, I'm screwing up. Anyway, forward, backward, spin left, spin right, forward left, forward right, backward left, backward right, and then turret left, turret right, turret oscillation up and down, and hold to fire. It'll shoot 6mm airsoft BBs, and yeah, it also has an infrared function, but that sucks pretty bad too, because what's the point of an airsoft tank if you're not gonna be shooting people with it or something, or at least target practice? You learn nothing from infrared, so it sucks. And then, in addition to the suckiness of this, no offense, as I keep on saying, this engine start button, you have to hold it down for forever for it to turn on, and that's just for the tank to turn on. You actually do have to flip a switch on the bottom of the tank, as well as adjust the volume of its sound effects, as well as turn on or off the smoke generator, which is run by liquid aerosol, and that annoys the crap out of me because it's freaking aerosol. I mean, you know how many freaking complaints people have about aerosol products and pollution and crap. This will come out as you know, it'll look like smoke, but it's just as much aerosol as any other, you know, product you buy that's just a spray can or whatever. The battery takes 4 hours to charge, and it'll run for about 20 minutes, maybe, if you're lucky. In the buttons here, you've got this funky thing. This is the machine gun, and I don't know why it's G. Gun, maybe, and then K, and I have no idea what K is, but G is your machine gun. You hold it down and it'll flash the rear lights, which is really freaking stupid. So it would be your tail lights, they flash, and then a little orange LED on top of it flashes too. Yeah, that's about it. If you're playing with it set on infrared, when you hold on this, then a little LED will come on the cannon just to the left of it. I don't know why. I guess that's to simulate that it is shooting. And then this here is just the most useless thing I've ever seen. It pretty much just tells it. All it does is it tells the tank to one, play a stupid sounding gun thing. Two, simulate the crappiest firing backfire ever. I don't know what it is, but it's just blah. Or backlash, if you want to call it that. And then three, it I don't know how to explain it. It's just so stupid. All you do is you push this button, it'll make a firing sound as it does a stupid thing where first it'll roll back and then it'll roll forward and it'll do it all really fast, so it kind of looks vaguely like recoil, but it's not. It's completely unrealistic because, as anyone knows, a real tank is for the most part grounded. You know, if they're sitting still and they're shooting, the treads are not going to roll, the sprockets are not going to roll and allow it to continue, you know, backwards. I mean, duh. And you can't use that function while you're driving. You can, however, use the actual cannon while you're driving, which is kind of useful, but generally not as much as you'd expect. It's just, man, I don't know. As I said, I'm selling it for $50 because if someone's willing to fix the gearbox, I'm sure it'll work because the circuitry's fine. It's just, it lacks any effort from the company. It's like they took the cheapest motor that they could get, made by the worst company they could get, and got some frickin' like tinfoil gearbox, which claims to be metal, which, sure, it's metal, but it's the crappiest metal ever. It'll bend if anything happens to it. If you drive it up against a wall, it'll start bending your gears away, and that's just freaking stupid. When it comes shipped, it's like they left all the dust in there from when they machined the parts, because the gears will stop purely from tiny little specks of crap getting in them. It's poorly lubricated. It has none, actually, when you get it. Obviously, that's a problem. And it's hard to access. You have to unscrew like 15 screws, which freaking sucks, by the way. And it just takes a long dang time to do that. And man, it just annoys crap at me. But if you're willing to put the effort into it, the thing looks cool. So if you want it, it looks cool. Other than that, it's useless unless you're willing to fix it up. And it takes a lot of fixing, so yeah. If you're going to be incredibly light on it, like if you're part of some gang of people that are just parading it around, like literally just spend their time driving it around town, then you're probably not going to have any problems. It's just, it looks like it's a rugged machine. It's got suspension and crap. But then once you hit an obstacle, it seems like it's gonna make it over, and it makes it over. But then the gearbox just goes, and it sucks. And the gears are just so incredibly thin. The cogs barely hit, and there's no way to adjust that at all. Aside from removing the gearbox, drilling a hole smaller and closer to the gear, which is only going to be by about a couple millimeters. And man, it's just trouble. If I could, I've seen so many YouTube videos that claim it's such a brilliant thing, so maybe mine just sucked, but I'm telling you guys, it's crap. Mine was crap, and I got it from Banana Hobby, so I wasn't able to return it and get a good one. So if it sounds like I'm ranting badly, if somebody out there has one that works, good for you. Be fortunate, because I'm pretty sure it's like 1 out of 3 of these things won't work, and the product reviews for it are just crap. And yeah, so if you're gonna get one, don't spend a lot of money on it, and if you're gonna get one, don't buy it from Heng. And if you do, make sure that the warranty service on whoever you're getting it from is amazing and really good, because if it doesn't work and you need a replacement and the warranty service sucks like mine did, which was unfortunate, whatever. But I'm selling it for 50 bucks. It's just money, but I'm selling it to get rid of it for space, and 50 bucks sounds reasonable considering that's about a third of the price, maybe even a sixth of the original price. Heng has this thing on retail for like 300 something with the metal treads and metal sprockets, which I have. Oh, just it's hard to talk about this thing just because I'm so sick of it. It's been sitting in my room for forever looking like crap and not working, and that's just not good. And I finally got it out and fixed it up, and it works now, and it's just, God, it's so useless. And for any of you that don't know, I got an HPI Sprint 2 Sport Drift, and that's my thing now. And I got that for my birthday, which is 4 months after Christmas. So, this thing sat on a shelf for 4 months, and then I got that car, and it sat on the shelf for another 4 months, and here we are today. And I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm pissed at the thing because it sat on my shelf taking up space that I could have used for valuable stuff, and it's just it looks cool and it runs cool for about an hour, and then the thing dies, and that just sucks. So if I was a little more scrupulous, I might go as far to say as me anyway. The way I am, I'd say it's as good as new, because when I got it, it was crap. So, yeah. I'm sorry to discourage any of you that want one of these. You can get one, go ahead. But, whatever. Anyway, as I said, it does work, but it's 50 bucks. If you search Craigslist, you'll probably find it. I doubt any of you are going to want to buy it after all the crap I just said, but it actually is a good tank. It's just, I'm sick of having to do repairs on it, and I've done the repairs on it, and now it works again, and it's just not worth my time and my money now that I have that Sprint 2, and, yeah. So, I've been putting my time into the Sprint 2 now, not this, so I don't want this anymore, and I'm selling it, and I think 50 bucks is pretty reasonable. If you don't want one with metal treads, it's out of luck, because I only have one, and it's got metal treads. But it comes with a battery and all that stuff. Yeah, but if you want it, whatever. But if you want one that doesn't have metal treads, you can get one with plastic treads from HobbyKingLive.com. So yeah, HobbyKingLive.com. You can check their profile on YouTube, HobbyKingLive. They have a product review on this tank. It is the Heng 1/16 scale M41A3 U.S. military-based. Whew, that's a mouthful. Anyway, radio-controlled airsoft tank, and yeah, they have it for about 50 bucks too, but it doesn't have the metal tracks, and as I said, mine works. So I know I sound like I'm giving you a lot of crap about it, but now that I fixed it, it does work. So if you want it, let me know. Post some comments or whatever. I'll work it out, maybe. might post in comments if I sell it, which could quite possibly be very soon, because let's face it, $50 is a bargain for something that works, is heavy duty, and if you want it, you know, you want it, and if it's $50, you buy it. So, whatever. Anyway. Guess I can show you the original box with my last little smidgen of time. Put like 50% of their pay goes into the packaging of this thing. They pay more for the packaging than they probably did for the original tank, but now that I've fixed it with better gearing and all that crap, it's fine, but like I keep saying, I'm so sick of having to do this thing. But anyway, when you open it, this is what it'll look like. You'll be able to see your tank in there and all that good stuff. And it'll look cool. It'll look like it's in good condition probably, but it's not. Internally, it's not. And if it is, like I said, good for you. But only take the risk if you have an incredible amount of money to spare and you just have bored. Hey, you could buy one and hit it with a hammer for all I care. But, you know, if you have money to throw out, then go ahead. Or if you just want it and you want to see if it works, make sure it's got, make sure it's got a really good warranty, because if it doesn't, you're probably screwed. Oh, yes, I could tell you about some of the other stuff. They have, I don't know. I don't actually know what these tanks are. They just have item numbers, so that's kind of crap. That's not useful, but anyway. It's this one right here. The M41A, US M41A3 military tank. Don't know what else to tell you about it. That's all there is to say. Anyway, we have a good selection of other crappy tanks. I'm sorry if I'm down in Hobby King for selling this, or downing Heng Long for making this, or downing Banana Hobby, but they probably deserve it. Yeah. This is one of very few products you will find the label Made in China to be absolutely useless, because Chinese stuff is usually really cool. And no offense towards Chinese people, you're really good at making stuff, but this one turned out like crap. So, yeah. And, yeah. I guess the last thing I have to say is that I'm waiting for a package of LEDs. I'm getting a crawler kit, as in the crawler headlights for my Ford F-150 flare side for HPI. I'm also getting the headlight, tail light, and indicator system that's sold by R2 Hobbies, and yeah, I don't know what else there is to say, really. I guess I did get my package with some rims, 2 sets of 26mm drift-style rims, and they were good, but my tires didn't quite fit them perfectly. But they work. I did put them on there, and they look cool. So it matches the Viper. So if you watch one of the videos and you see the Viper, it's got the red and the blue. I got 2 sets, one metallic red, one metallic blue. The metallic blue fits in between the 2 portions, the portion in the middle and the portion at the front, and then the metallic red fits in with the scheme between the middle rear and the rear of the vehicle. And I also got some nice wheel holder things that are cool. I'm just so tired and bored right now. Anyway, you're probably really bored too, because you've been watching this, and it sucks because I ramble, and that's boring. So, let's see, what do I have to tell you guys? Yeah, so, I ordered the package with LEDs a while ago, so I should be getting that in a while. Short while, really, but, anyway, I'm getting a indicator set, which you guys will probably end up seeing. Crawler fog lights, and they're silver, not black. There are 2 options on my website. 5 LED. What else is there? I'm also getting angel eyes. They're pretty awesome looking. I'm not getting any spectacular looking colors or anything, just plain white, so that's cool. And if you don't know what those are, angel eyes, it's like a halo, a glowing halo facing this direction. You'd have your 2 headlight circles be halo. So circular lights, you can take out the little centerpiece so that it's a full-blown light and all that crap, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. We'll see. And I'm also getting, I can't even remember what the cord's called, but I'm getting a splitter for the cord so that I can have all my LEDs plugged in to whatever I want. So yeah. Thank you for listening and dealing with my incredible boring nature. So, yeah. Oh, there's another thing, I guess. I'm making something out of Legos. That's your hint. I'm not going to leave you with that, though. It's an extension of my treaded vehicle, my most recent thing. If you're looking at this sometime in the future, I guess the future from right now, but the present for you, then I might have posted the most recent thing. So it's the most recent thing before this one, so, you know, obviously, you should be able to figure that out, but if you can't, whatever. But, yeah, it's an extension of that, and it's yellow and black. It's a beast. It's like that, except I used actual running wheels, like rubber tire running wheels on it, which is cool. It's wider. It's more heavy duty. I took out the gearbox because that was stupid. Well, not necessarily stupid. I just didn't have room for it and I didn't like it. It's driven by XL motors now instead of medium motors. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for being a trooper and staying with me. And I'd like to say congratulations on finishing this video, because my god, you must have some incredible dexterity when it comes to freaking patience, because my god, I know I'm boring. I have to watch these videos myself to edit them a little bit, and just once in a while to go back on stuff, you know, check out what I've made and base new stuff on the old stuff, which soon the old stuff will have been what's coming up and whatever. Anyway, congratulations on finishing this, and if you're just skipping around and you came across this little part where I rant about how boring I am, you have the right idea. Skip through my videos, look for valuable stuff. However, if you're watching videos on my HPI stuff, the LEGO stuff you can skip through. The HPI stuff, I suggest you take your time with. Don't skip through it, because there's usually some really good tips in there. My annotations are really helpful, or so I've been hearing, or have been told. So, yeah. Preparing for the beginning of a new school year here, and that's why I'm so incredibly tired looking. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, I am having less sleep lately than I usually do, because I have to get back on that schedule. So I'm going to leave you guys be now, and I don't know what to say. I'm going to say, if someone makes it through a video like this one specifically without skipping at all, they deserve a prize. And unfortunately I can't give them that, because that's too easy. They could just like hit play and leave. I don't care. Anyway, just congratulations. This is Blade Junkie signing off, and I'm going to leave you guys for next time. Sorry you had to deal with all my ranting and my crap. Yeah, well, Heng long piece of crap, anyway, in my opinion. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Probably mostly gentlemen. I could be wrong. Whatever. Yeah, as I said, Blade Junkie, sign off. So, yeah.